combat raged around the city of Kreminna in eastern Ukraine on Tuesday, as Ukrainian forces edged closer to reclaiming that small but strategically important city, while the Russians battled to defend some of their hardest-fought gains of the war. Kreminna is a gateway to two much larger cities nearby, Severodonetsk and Lysychansk, important industrial centers in the Donbass region that fell to Russia after a grueling and costly summer campaign. Russian President Vladimir Putin has called conquering and annexing Donbass the heart of the war effort. Since enduring a series of humiliating retreats, the Russian military has fortified its lines near Kreminna with a series of defensive barriers, part of its effort to solidify its positions up and down a jagged front that stretches for hundreds of miles. Retaking the city and other towns nearby would expand the Ukrainians' foothold in the region, and give them control of major roads leading to Severodonetsk and Lysychansk. The situation there is difficult, acute, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said of Kreminna and other areas in eastern Ukraine, in his nightly address late Monday. The occupiers are using all the resources available to them, and these are significant resources, to squeeze out at least some advance. Serhiy Haidai, the Ukrainian regional governor of Luhansk province, said Monday that, in response to military pressure, part of the Russian command in Kreminna had withdrawn to the town of Rubizhna, a few miles to the southeast, although it was not possible to verify the claim. The Russians understand that if they lose Kreminna, their entire line of defense will fall, he said in a telegram post Tuesday. Vitaly Kiselov, a Russian-backed official in occupied Luhansk, said on Russian state television Monday that the situation around Kreminna and another small city nearby, Svatov, remained very tense. The Ukrainian counterattack in the east comes as the country's battered economy shows new signs of the war's toll, leaving it ever more dependent on Western aid. The Ukrainian government has struggled to raise money on bond markets, unable to roll over debt accumulated before Russia invaded in late February, and since then has paid investors about $2.2 billion more than it collected in bond sales, the central bank said. Overall, Ukraine's economy is projected to shrink about 40% this year, as Russia occupies about one-fifth of its territory, hammers its cities with cruise missiles, and batters critical industries such as steel manufacturing and agriculture. All of that has left Ukrainian public finance, which has been wobbly at the best of times during 3 decades of independence, deeply reliant on assistance from the United States, the European Union, European countries that donate individually, and other donors. The International Monetary Fund, which bailed out Ukraine through a long run of post-independence financial crises, has not continued large-scale lending during the war. If the IMF is worried about debt sustainability and ability to finance, imagine what private investors are thinking, said Timofey Milovanov, a former economy minister who is a professor at the Kyiv School of Economics. Russia's economy has also suffered over the 10 months of war, although it has not collapsed under the pressure of punishing Western sanctions. This week, Russian and Ukrainian leaders again suggested they were open to peace talks, but only on terms that. While the Russians battled to defend some of their hardest-fought gains of the war. Kreminna is a gateway to two much larger cities nearby, Severodonetsk and Lysychansk, important industrial centers in the Donbass